Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. We have something serious to discuss. I turn 29 tomorrow, and even though there are a lot of things that I've been doing in some capacity, I think it's time to get my life together, to become the disciplined, motivated woman that I'm supposed to be. Right now, motivation wears off pretty easily, and my discipline just isn't where it's supposed to be. And on the level that it is right now, I'm not able to keep up with certain goals that I have. It's time for a change. I just want to clarify, in this video, I won't be telling you what you have to do. I will tell you what I am going to do, and maybe you're able to implement the things that I'm telling you into your own life. I will be sharing some research that I've done, things that I'm already doing, and things that I want to do more, or things that will help me to do it more consistently. For example, an app that I found, or a worksheet, a template, whatever. First, I started off by writing down areas in which I want to grow or be more disciplined. I was able to create 3 categories: health, finances, and time management. If we look at health, I have mental health and physical health. Finances, I wrote down overview and budgeting. And underneath time management, I have planning/routine, screen time, and my business. So when it comes to health, I divided it in mental health and physical health because I feel like they are 2 very separate things, and also they require different things in order to get them on the level that I want them to be on. So let's start with mental. Many years ago, I was struggling with mental health a lot, and I was looking for different ways to improve my situation because I was just drowning in trauma and I wasn't able to get out of it by myself. So at first I started going to psychologists, and the last one I had, I remember the exact moment that I was like, I think it's time for us to go our separate ways. At the end of her session, she told me, okay, go home now. I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I want you to think about how you'll be able to solve the topic that we just discussed. And as I was driving home, I was like, I'm literally paying you money, and the homework assignment you're giving me is to figure out how to resolve my own issue. I started journaling in 2021. Sometimes I would read a book and make notes, I would watch videos and make notes, or I would use journal prompts. If you look up journal prompts online, you can easily find different ones based on the topic that you're interested in. For example, one of the things that I really wanted to do was shadow work. So when I Googled journal prompts shadow work, I would find or modify certain questions in order for them to fit my personal situation perfectly. Some people like writing, some people like digital work. I like writing, cutting paper, sticking it in my journal and stuff like that. But at the same time, I also like creating things online. This past month, I bought a new journal. I decorated the front. You don't have to, but if it's something that you like, you can easily do that. And I have been enjoying my time. Last year, I had a smaller journal that I used to put beside my bed, so I could practice gratitude before bed, try to write like 3 things that I was grateful for that day. It's so easy to be repetitive, but the real challenge is trying to find something that you haven't said the day before, or something that is specifically tied to the day that you just had. There are different ways that you can journal. You can journal in a physical journal, but there are also apps that you can use. One of the apps that I started using not too long ago is called Journey. As you can see, I haven't updated it in a few days, but I think it's very cute that you can use like a picture a day and look back on it. Sometimes you can experience a very happy moment, and within like 2 weeks, you completely forgot about it. But if you're able to just open up an app and check what you wrote, it can remind you of how many good things are happening in your life. And also it can remind you to enjoy the small things. Journaling has many benefits. It can be used for emotional release, which alleviates stress. You can use it for self-reflection, for example, by using the journal prompts I just told you about. Sometimes your head feels so full with all the things that you're going through or all the things that you have to do, and then you can use your journal for a brain dump. I also really enjoy, especially as someone who has a creative business, that I can be creative without expectations. So if I want to create something that doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, I can, because it's mine and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks about what I do in my journal. So my goal for journaling is to do it at least once a week. I've been trying to create more moments for rest. So every Sunday I plan on staying at home, and that is the moment that I will be journaling. So journaling once a week, every Sunday. The second thing I want to be more disciplined in is reading. I've spoken about reading multiple times. Reading is something that I've loved doing since primary school and that I'll always continue to love. But sometimes days go by so fast, and I've realized before that I've gone like 4 days without reading. Reading is not only important because it gives you a moment of rest, but did you know that reading also influences the brain? Reading stimulates the brain's neural pathways, which enhances brain activity, which helps with memory and cognitive function. One of the outcomes is that it boosts creativity and it expands your capacity to learn. So even though you might just enjoy reading, it also positively affects your brain. So my goal for reading is to do it at least once a day before bed. I used to have a nighttime routine in which I would put my phone aside an hour before I would actually go to sleep to give my body and my brain and my mind and everything else just a moment of peace. I started off well, started slacking, and then I stopped doing it completely, but it's definitely something that I want to put back into my schedule. By reading before bed, it helps you reduce stress and it also improves your sleep quality. We finished the first segment of this video. So mental health, journaling, and reading. Now we're moving on to physical health. I wrote down 4 things that I want to do consistently. Some I've already been doing consistently for the past few weeks. But as I mentioned before this video, I just want it to be something that's permanent in my life. Not for just a period of time. I don't want to go to the gym for like 3 months because I have to go on vacation. I just want to go to the gym in general, be in shape, feel fit, and the only way to do that is by creating more discipline. Going to the gym prevents and manages health problems. It improves your mental health, your sleep, and your mood. My goal is to go to the gym at least twice a week, preferably 3 times a week. And first I was like, okay, I want to do 10K steps a day. That's low-key still something that I want to do. It's pretty time consuming, but we'll get back to that later since we'll speak about time management. The second thing to improve physical health is meal prepping. I feel like meal prepping can be put underneath physical health and time management as well. Because one of the things that I dislike the most about being a grown-up is driving home from work after a long day, being exhausted, and still having to think about what we're gonna eat today. And the goal is for it to be healthy and nutritious, but low-key, we've been ordering a lot, more than is necessary. So this week I decided to meal prep. I made lunch and I made dinner. I didn't just randomly meal prep something. I still had an old meal plan and I actually weighed the rice, weighed the chicken for protein, weighed the vegetables. So that's something that I definitely want to keep in our routine. It's also important to take daily supplements. I live in the Netherlands and we've been blessed with sun today, but it could be snowing tomorrow. And as a Black person in this country, it's important to keep up with your vitamin D, especially in the colder months. If I'm not exhausted, I have a tummy ache. If it's not a tummy ache, I have a headache, and so on. So it's very important for me to figure out what I really need and take that daily. I bought one of those little pill boxes and it's beside our bed. I could wake up in the morning, take the supplements right away before I start my day. It's really not that hard. And then the next thing I have, and the last thing underneath physical health, is juicing. As someone who is anemic, it's nearly impossible to keep my iron levels where they should be, which is why I'm often exhausted. And I know that there are juices who can help you with that. And there was a period that I would juice a lot. I even have vlogs about it. But have I touched it in like the past 2 months? I don't think I did. So it's time to get back on track. I want to be creating an iron-rich juice, and I want to use beetroot, apples, spinach, and oranges. I think we've all heard the term adult money before, which basically means that now that you're earning adult money, you can buy the most random things that you don't really need, and you can spend your money whatever you like. But I have a lot of goals, and it's amazing to have goals, but one thing you do need for goals is money. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a very good goal to want to travel more, but you won't see not one airport if you're not putting money aside to travel. So I went on Canva and I found this template. I modified it just a little bit to fit my personal situation and my personal goals. Sometimes you check your bank account and you're like, where has all my money gone? Because even when you have the smallest transactions, it could be like €5. It's still €5. And 10 times €5 adds up to an amount that you will miss or notice in your bank account. I want to keep track of where my money is going. I want to start budgeting more. I want to write down what my income is, what my fixed expenses are, and also keep track of my balance. I already created a new bank account, which I will be sending money to monthly, because somehow if you're able to see the money in your saving account and you're able to take it out of that one and put it in your main account, it would be amazing if I could see that money and just leave it there. But it's also not bad to be realistic and say, you know what, I am touching money that I don't want to be touching. So by sending it to a different account, it feels separate. It doesn't feel like mine, and I won't be touching it. And that might be a little girl math, but that's okay as long as we're saving money. The budgeting part I will also be doing on my iPad. I have various saving goals, and my boyfriend always says that he doesn't believe in saving little by little for multiple things. And even though I get what he means, at the same time, I am someone who tries to save for different things at the same time, because some things really aren't that expensive and you'll be able to buy them sooner. Other things like long-term goals, even if you put a little 50 in that specific category every month, it will add up to the amount that you need. So that is something I will continue doing. I want to keep track of 3 categories: entertainment, clothing, and personal care. So entertainment is going out with friends, going to see a movie, going out to eat by myself. It could be anything. I see that as entertainment. Clothing speaks for itself. And when I speak about personal care, I don't think deodorant is personal care, because we all need it. Personal care means buying a new lip gloss that you don't really need. Personal care means buying a new perfume or wanting to try out new hair products that you don't really need because you still have hair products at home. That's what's personal care to me. And that's also what I will be tracking. Hopefully by creating a budget for myself, I can prevent buying small things, which add up to big things. So the third and last thing that I want to work on is my time management. I want to sit down every last Sunday of every month to plan the next month, because sometimes at the end of the day I'm like, oh, I didn't manage to finish all the things that I wanted to finish, but I also have 3 hours on TikTok. So that doesn't make sense, because those 3 hours you could have used them for something else. I want to get back to my morning and night routine. In the morning I wake up, I want to give myself time when my alarm goes off. So that means our alarms go off at 6:30, but you don't have to get up right away. Give yourself 5 minutes to wake up. That's completely fine. I used to listen to affirmations in the shower, and I knew them by heart at some point. And even if I was at work and I didn't feel amazing, I could repeat them to myself and feel better. So that's definitely something that I want to do more again. And my night routine, I just spoke about it briefly, is putting my phone aside an hour before it's actual time to go to bed. taking the time to relax, like drink a cup of tea. There's no reason for you to be on TikTok until you close your eyes and you wake up with TikTok again. Give your mind a moment to breathe. Well, I just spoke about being on TikTok for 3 hours. My screen time is way too high. I just saw a comment on TikTok where someone said 8 hours a day on your phone adds up to like 3 months in a year, which is crazy. Crazy. There are so many things that I've been wanting to do that I haven't done, and I claim not to have enough time. But I do have enough time. I just need to use my time more efficiently. The last thing I have underneath the time management is my business. I have like two businesses underneath one roof. So one is Benefits of Having a Fro, where I sell my products, the things that I make. And I also have Benefits of Having a Biz, which focuses more on the graphic design side. So for example, logos, price lists, stuff like that, personalized items. I have 9 accounts in total that I will be taking care of. And I'm pretty sure like 7 of those are actually mine. I want to be as consistent for myself as I am for clients. So my goal is to treat my own pages as if they belong to someone else. So I'll be planning 2 content days a month. I will be preparing my content or the stuff that I want to talk about. And I will create a content calendar for myself as well. Whew. Just thinking about everything you have to do already makes you tired. Like realizing that it's time to change things is step 1 in my opinion. Okay, I think I've spoken enough. I want to thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have something that I should try or any recommendations, any tips. I'm more than willing to listen to your suggestions. And that's it for today. Good luck, and we'll see each other soon. Bye.